Hope everyone is having a great afternoon. And as we get into the later part of the day, as we kick off the weekend, the cryptocurrency market in its entirety, I believe, has taken a bloodbath. And we are going to kind of discuss what is causing this move into the red. I'll give you guys my thoughts and kind of how this relates to a lot of the cryptos that we do talk about every single day on the channel. So I appreciate you all tuning in, and let's get into it. For those of you that are new here, appreciate if you guys all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us right here on the channel. We do talk crypto each and every single day, and I appreciate all of my returning subscribers. And not only can you see the prices of crypto scrolling on the bottom of your screen, we are going to dive into the crypto bubbles, as you can see kind of what I'm talking about as we look at a lot of our favorite tokens, coins trading in the top 100. Okay, a lot of these are in some severe red territory here, and it's not so much just today. As we look at these cryptos over the past week, it kind of puts the whole perspective into motion, as we are seeing a 10 to 20 and even in some cases over a 20% dip. Now, what is causing all of this madness? Okay, well, this is kind of where we're going to get into it, and I'll share with you guys kind of my insight. If you guys give me a couple minutes of your time, I will hope to explain this all more in depth and kind of where I'm coming from a trading perspective, and at the end of this video, you will have a better kind of basis of what's actually going on in the markets today, okay? So let's hit it. Always remember, not financial advice. Please be sure to do your own research and due diligence. But I want to share with you guys my exchange because the dips are coming. We are here. There's a lot of cryptos that I'm looking for at a discount. And even if you just want to trade on leverage or even spot exchange trading, BTCC, a great exchange to do so. 10% in your first time deposit, up to 40% lower trading fees. And also, there's no VPN KYC necessary. So if you want to try out a new exchange, if you're looking for a new avenue to do your trading, like I said, guys, up to 500x leverage, no VPN KYC is necessary. Just make sure it's right for you, understand their terms and conditions, do your due diligence, and if you want to start trading, make the move and switch that a lot of traders have made. I've got some good positive feedback from some of the people out on BTCC trading leverage. Okay, so that's where we're going to be at from that. I do want to talk about kind of what we're looking at in the overall market. I will pull up coin market cap before we kind of get into the nitty gritty of it all right? And as we look at Bitcoin, and you have to kind of look at the demand, I think, is what is the biggest issue that I've seen, right? You look at kind of where we're seeing the fear and greed still sitting at 61. We talked about the market cap. This is a $1 trillion market cap that is down 3.1%. So a lot of people are saying, okay, crypto's down 3%. But when you talk about 3% on 3 trillion, that's a big number, okay? That's something that it is something where it's just similar to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin makes a 5% move on the day, that's a home run. We're doing jumping jacks and screaming from the mountaintops. But if a crypto, let's say in the 50 to 100 range, it's a little bit more volatile, makes a move with a market cap that it sits at 3 to 5%, you almost kind of don't even get excited for it, all right? But as we look at BTC, the one kind of silver lining in this all, okay, and I have actually kind of got back into ETH meme coins a little bit, but Ethereum trading at 25.50, so showing some strength during this time of weakness. Now, I'm not going to make this an Ethereum video, so if you are kind of anti-ETH, just bear with me. We're going to get down to the nuts and bolts of it, but I wanted to highlight over the last month, kind of the stability for ETH that we've had in the month of May. Okay, since the pump that we've had back on the 7th of May, this has been something where we've been hovering, touching above 2,700, but never really dipping below this very early point. Okay, where 2,400 is kind of where Ethereum has found a new ceiling, or I should say a floor, if you will. So what we're having right now in the overall market, I'm going to talk about that sentiment, kind of where I'm at, but I wanted to kind of highlight Ethereum because as we look at Bitcoin, right, too big to fail, almost had that Titanic mentality where Bitcoin was pumping, it was doing exceedingly well, and a lot of investors, I think, kind of have a psychological hurdle to make with Bitcoin because for some odd reason, right, it's just even just a portion of Bitcoin can go a long way. It's not like you have to own a full Bitcoin, okay? At one point and to this day, close family and people around me, when they ask me about crypto, and I never give you financial advice, I'll never tell you to buy or sell crypto, but the best advice I think that I have received back is just buy Bitcoin every day, right? If you're worried about a dip, if you're worried about a pump, whatever you can afford, $10, $20 a day, $1 a day in Bitcoin can go a long way in 5, 10, 20 years if it truly does get to where people say it's going to. And that's just kind of the tried and true method, right? Takes the thought out of it. It's just dollar cost averaging at its finest, okay? But that's kind of where we're at, right? 104,000 for BTC. A lot of the other cryptos approaching some territory that we do kind of covet, right? XRP towards $2. You can even look at Dogecoin, though. What strength they have showed, up towards 20 cents. That's something that, for Dogecoin holders, that's a mountain to climb up. It's something that we can celebrate a little bit on that front. Cardano, we talk about them a lot. They're holding true at 70 cents. The couple value plays that I do see in the market right now overall, and I don't mean to get down this rabbit hole, but I just love talking about it. Okay, Chainlink. Love Chainlink, what they're doing with RWA. And then even a little deeper down the board, we could talk Hedera at 16 cents. The likes of Pepe, if we do kind of get back that zero. One of the meme coins that I kind of can't quite frankly put my finger on it, why it's not running when ETH is holding so much strength right now. Okay. And the list goes on. There's a lot of value buys right now. Ondo under $1. Even Caspa, we do talk about them a lot at 9 cents. That was one where, I've exited my position just to kind of shuffle around some capital into other assets. But I was a holder at Caspa at 4, 5, and 6 cents. I sold it like 13. Bought back at 13, sold at 17. And it's just kind of been a shuffling for them. Okay. And the last one I want to talk about is Solana. Okay, so Solana a little bit and SWI. Solana and SWI are kind of my two bullish plays in terms of what they're doing from a DeFi standpoint. I think they have a lot of a very big runway in terms of their exponential growth they can experience. I think Solana right now at this level, $160, sub that level. It's been something that Solana was upwards of 300, almost, we talked Solana 400, that was going to hit $500 per SOL. It's a very volatile crypto. It's the crypto that I kind of highlight as one of my best swing trading cryptos in the marketplace. And that's just kind of how I play it. I don't really use it outside the transact, which you need very little of it if you are doing Solana meme coins. But Solana in itself, a very volatile crypto that you can take advantage of in the short term for sure. Okay. And the last one we talked about, it would be, the likes of SWI. Okay. They've had some hurdles with the Cetus debacle, and now at $3.30. SWI was a crypto that was all but pegged to go to $5. And yeah. One last crypto I will talk about is BNB. It's not the sexy play out there in the market. Nobody really kind of gives it its run. There's a lot of, I guess you would say, FUD with BNB, but look at their chart and kind of in representation of where they're at. $662 per BNB. They have quietly kind of stole the show, I think, in terms of stability and just kind of the slow and steady. They have been doing exceedingly well. They're up almost 11% on the month. And that's another one that nobody really holds, but it is a transactable kind of crypto that you do need if you do trade on the BNB side of things, which I don't think that, maybe not on my channel, but in other channels, it does get a lot of notoriety. But BNB is one of those that I do think has a lot of legs in this market, okay? And that's kind of where I'm at within the daily. I want to talk to you guys about this article right now, because this is kind of what's influencing the market right now in this short-term volatility, okay? The post by Donald Trump about China not holding up their end of the bargain, kind of failing on their argument within kind of, Trump has been called the taco, if you will. That's something within the him kind of softening his stance against nations. I think it's just kind of highlights what he did in rebuttal to this. It's negotiations, okay? And you want to talk about negotiations. Donald Trump has had his share of it. But, I think this all came about due to the fact that some reporter called him out by his nickname Taco about these trade tensions. And I think it has really had a trickle-down effect where he said, basically called their bluff and said, hey, you don't think I'm capable of playing hardball? Check this out. And now we're talking about 145% tariff being reinstated. That is really plaguing the crypto market. So please keep that in mind. If this is what we are looking at right now to be kind of more longer term, which I don't think it is, I think this right now just gives us a lot of short-term volatility, and I expect the markets to be red. I expect them to bleed, but you kind of have to understand what we're looking at, right? If you take the tariffs out of the ball game, Bitcoin was running hot, Ethereum ran hot, all of these cryptos in the top 10, top 100, they were doing exceedingly well. No real true correction. So there's a lot of wiggle room. There's a lot of play at the top. And I think that this trade tension has really kind of put a hamper into the run. And some people look at it as bad, right? You look at your wallets, you see the wallet size decreasing, you see your value going down. I'm going to find the positive, the silver lining of it all. If Bitcoin is wanting to go higher, wanting to get all new all-time highs, if crypto is ready to pump, and then we have this macro, right? The trade tariffs, all of these things that come in and really change the game. I think it's just testimony to how strong the crypto market is right now. And once this all does get resolved, it's a bad look, but I think people are really underestimating what is actually going on behind the scenes. And I talked a lot about the wall in crypto. And what I mean by that is, to put it bluntly, we have all of this utility, all this application, all of this steam, the mindset that crypto is just going to pump forever, but we don't have any implementation right now currently in our everyday lives. Look at Bitcoin. We just had our convention in Las Vegas, some extreme optimism coming out of that conference, right? But what is Bitcoin used for on a day-to-day basis? Practically nothing. It needs to go multi-chain. It's a dinosaur technology. It's a great store of value, the digital gold, but it just does not have any real-world application. But a lot of cryptos that do want to implement their solutions, such as the ones we talked about with RWA, Chainlink, Ondo, okay, HBAR. We get into the conversation even deeper. You look at kind of transactionally what Cardano is looking to do. They're going multi-chain. They're trying to. There's a lot of great technology that's ready to be implemented, but this wall we're faced with where the macro matters, the day-to-day hostility matters within the markets, right? It's all going to add volatility, but it is just, in my opinion, short-term, and that's kind of how I view it. So I'm not overreacting. If anything, I'm waiting on the sidelines to add more to my positions. Like I talked about ad nauseum, anytime XRP gets to $2 or below, that is a definite buy for me in my financial plan. I'm not going to tell you guys to buy or sell crypto. This is not financial advice. You guys have to do what's best for you. I'm just here to share my thoughts on the market, and that's why I talk crypto, okay? Give insight to others. Hope you guys all found some value from this, but weather the storm. That's what we're going to do right now. I wanted to highlight kind of the strength that ETH has shown, and that's kind of where the markets are at right now. But within what we're talking about, considering imposing the 145% tariff on China, that is something where it's just basically hardball with President Xi. And, you know, there's ways that you can kind of combat China without doing this. So it may not even get to this point, but the fact that it was just said, it was brought to the table, has caused a lot of short-term volatility, and that's kind of where we're seeing right now the market kind of having a correction, if you will, and a lot of red in the top 100 and beyond. So I'll leave you guys with that. As always, appreciate you following along. Make sure you leave a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and join us right here. We do talk crypto every single day, completely free to hit that subscribe button, and also check out our friends at BTCC if you want to start trading on that platform. But I appreciate you all giving me a couple minutes of your time, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.